No, you just messed it up. What did you just do?
You can't always get what you want.
But I think I did that.
You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, you might find you get what you need.
Oh, thank you. Hey, did you hear they took the climate change page off the White House website?
Yeah, and the LGBT page. I mean, that's nothing new, though. Every new president tears the old one down.
Right, but they usually replace it with something. There's nothing there.
Not even alternative facts.
No, nothing.
Oh, here's something. PBS says he's going to sign an executive order to repeal the Affordable Care Act.
Is that reliable?
Washington Post, repealing the Affordable Care Act will kill 43,000 people annually. Holy shit, check this out, I'll send it to you. Still Washington Post. Bristol County Sheriff Thomas Hodgson says he plans to put his inmates to work building Trump's wall.
Can't make America great again without slavery, I guess.
I mean, hold on, we don't know that Trump will say yes.
Seriously? You're talking about a guy who built the majority of his election off of getting rid of the bad hombres and who likes to think that African Americans and inner city violence are the same thing.
Trump answers questions like any other politician. He dances around them. He's just not a very good dancer.
Right, but I mean, saying that he wants to put America first really begs the question of what America is going to look like. He's exploiting the population.
Or you could say that he's taking a big problem and turning it into a solution. Would you rather they just rot in a cell?
Indentured servitude is still slavery.
Right, but if any of the inmates got hurt, think about the lawsuits the prisons would face. And we don't even know that it's really going to happen.
Okay, he's definitely building the wall, but Mexico's going to pay for it after the fact. So Mexico's not paying for the wall.
Well, if the inmates are building it, maybe Mexico won't have to.
How did we get to this point? How have we gotten to the point now where we can just sit back and watch the U.S. crumble?
Don't say that. This isn't normal. Don't normalize this.
Okay. Then how did we get this abnormal?
Well, it wasn't exactly a normal election, what with the first female candidate, the emphasis on social media, and Trump himself being such a powerful personality.
I love Hillary. I mean, the fact that she had to play a part for the election makes me sick.
You think Trump wasn't playing a part?
Oh, but he played a man's part. Did you see him during the second debate when he was creeping over Hillary? Whoa, give me the willies just thinking about it. Hey, can you imagine if Trump had been a woman, if Hillary had been a man? How much different do you think we would have seen the two of them?
What steps will your energy policy take to meet our energy needs, while at the same time remaining environmentally friendly and minimizing job loss for fossil power plant workers?
Absolutely. I think it's such an important question because energy is under siege by the Obama administration, under absolute siege. The EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, is killing our energy companies, and foreign companies are coming in to buy and sell our plants and then rejiggering the plant so they can take care of their oil. We are absolutely killing energy business in this country. Now, I'm all for alternative forms of energy, including wind, including solar, etc. But we need a lot more than wind and solar. And you look at our miners, we have found tremendous wealth, so good, especially when you're 20 trillion in debt. I will bring the energy companies back. They'll be able to compete. They'll make money. They'll pay off our national debt. They'll pay off our tremendous budget deficits, which are tremendous.
Your time is up.
It's an absolute disgrace what is happening.
Your time is up. Secretary Trinton, 2 minutes.
Well, that was very interesting. First of all, China is illegally dumping steel in the United States. Steel which Donalda is buying up to build her buildings, putting American steelworkers and American steel plants out of business. This is something that I fought against as a senator, and that I would have a trade prosecutor to ensure that we are not taken advantage of by China on steel or anything else. So I have a full energy policy, but it really does include fighting climate change, because that is a serious problem.
Thank you. Your time is up. And we have time for one more
Please
question.
go to BillaryTrinton.com to see my entire policy.
Please explain to me why your plan will create jobs and growth for this economy, and your opponents would not. Secretary Trinton, you go first.
I think when the middle class thrives, America as a whole thrives. So my plan is based on growing that economy, giving middle-class families more opportunities, and raising the minimum wage, because families that are living in poverty, that are working full-time, should not still be in poverty. And I want to ensure that women get equal pay for the work that they do.
Clump, your response?
If Billary Trinton can't satisfy his wife, what makes him think he can satisfy America?
Clump, your response, please.
Well, before I get started on my plan, his plan is going to raise taxes and even double your taxes. His tax plan is a disaster, and he can say all he wants about college tuition, and I'm a big proponent. We're going to do a lot of things for college tuition, but the rest of the public is going to pay for it. Now, I like to start off where we left, because when I said Japan and Germany, and I'm not just singling these countries out, these are rich, very powerful countries. Saudi Arabia, nothing but money. We protect Saudi Arabia. Why aren't they paying? We're going to have a lot of free trade, more free trade than we have right now. But we have horrible deals. Our deals and our jobs are being taken away by the deal that his wife signed, NAFTA. One of the worst deals ever. I'm going to renegotiate NAFTA. And if I can't make a great deal, then we're going to terminate it. We need to start the engine rolling again, because right now, our country is dying at 1% GDP.
Well, let me translate that if I can.
You can't.
The share of Americans who say race relations are bad in this country is the highest it's been in decades. Much of this is amplified by the police shootings, as we've seen, of African Americans in Charlotte and Tulsa. Stop and frisk is ruled unconstitutional in New York because it largely profiles Black and Hispanic young men.
No, you're wrong. It went before a judge who was a very against police judge. It was taken away from her, and our mayor, our new mayor, refused to go forward with the case. They would have won an appeal. If you look at it, throughout the country, there are many places where it's allowed.
The argument is that it's a form of racial profiling.
No, the argument is that we have to take the guns away from these people that have them, and they are bad people and shouldn't have them.
Remember, when guns are outlawed, only outlaws will have guns.
We have to restore trust between the communities and the police. We have to make sure that our police have the best training, the best techniques, and that they are only prepared to use force when necessary. Everyone should be respected by the law, and everyone should respect the law.
Well, let's just pick up on another issue which divides you and the justices that whoever ends up winning this election will appoint, and that's the issue of abortion. Clump, you're pro-life, and I want to ask you specifically, do you want the court, including the justices that you will name, to overturn Roe v. Wade, which includes, in fact, a women's right to abortion?
Well, because I am pro-life and will be appointing pro-life judges, I would think that would go back to the individual states.
I'm asking you specifically, would you overturn
If they overturned it, it would go back to the states.
Secretary Trinton?
Well, I strongly support Roe v. Wade, which guarantees a constitutional right for a woman to make the most intimate and oftentimes most difficult decisions about her health care that one can imagine. So many states are putting such stringent laws on women to the extent that they are defunding Planned Parenthood, which provides all kinds of cancer screenings and other benefits for women in our country. Donalda has said she is in favor of defunding Planned Parenthood, even to the extent that she is willing to shut down government to defund Planned Parenthood. I will defend Planned Parenthood. We have come too far as a country to have that turn back now. Donalda has said that there should be some form of punishment for women who receive abortions. She has indeed said that women should be punished. And I could not be more opposed to that kind of thinking.
Stop! Okay, can we just take a minute to think about what's going on here?
It's weird, but what's weirder is what's going on behind the debate. I mean, Trump's got 3 ex-wives, has kids with each one, has been bankrupt several times, and has no governmental experience. Clinton has no idea how to run cybersecurity.
Does anybody?
Well, some do, but Hillary owes everything to Bill and is in bed with the CIA, Goldman Sachs, and allegedly ISIS. Neither of them would be here, but because Trump could play the macho man and Hillary had to play the nurturing mother, all of this felt surreal, like reality TV, and at this point most Americans find reality TV more tolerable than reality.
Tolerable? Trump wants to punish women who get abortions. I mean, is the abortion not horrible enough? Do we really have to punish these women?
I know some people who say abortion is murder.
Oh, but that's irrelevant, because abortion rates are not affected by abortion laws. I mean, wouldn't you rather have a safe space for these women to go? What about the possibility of a child growing up in a broken home? What about the possibility of a woman going to get an abortion regardless of the law?
That might might be the justification for the punishments.
Oh, but what kind of person would vote for that?
A good person, I bet. A dispossessed person, a disillusioned person who feels like the Democrats have failed them.
Ma'am, do you think that the economy has helped or hindered you over the past 2 years?
Well, they hindered us in the beginning, it seemed like. It seemed like we had to create our own job kind of thing. And jobs were so, well, not so many jobs around.
This woman has spent the last 2 years fixing up her food truck and would like to see smaller government in the future.
The only part of the labor force that's increasing is government employees. And that's going the wrong way of it. Because it's little guys like us having to bear the burden to pay all the taxes to support these massive government programs.
The key to understanding these people and their local economy is to realize that almost everything here is tied to the agricultural sector. And in recent months, the news hasn't been good. John Deere, one of the biggest manufacturers of farming machinery, has laid off almost 2,000 workers. And that, combined with the falling price of crops, has many here concerned about the future. Excuse me, ma'am. What are your concerns for the future?
I would want nothing more than for my children to try and do what I do. Or if they couldn't make a go of it, at least try and keep some sort of a background in agriculture. Because to me, agriculture is still the backbone of this country.
The outlook for the U.S.'s rural economy remains pessimistic, and economists say it's unlikely to pick up anytime soon. And for rural voters, that's a real concern.
Oh, and Bernie saw this too. Here, the fact is there are millions of people in this country whose life expectancy is lower than their parents. They are living in despair. They are turning to alcohol, drugs, and suicide because they see no future for themselves. You've got 60-year-old workers today who are facing retirement with zero savings. At the end of the day, Trump was posing as a hero of the working class of America.
That's right. I mean, progressives have lavished attention on the poor for over a century, and programs that help the poor but exclude the middle might keep costs and tax rates lower, but they're a recipe for class conflict. Like here, I found this the other day. 28.3% of poor families receive child care subsidies, which are largely non-existent for the middle class. This woman's sister-in-law worked full-time for Head Start, providing free child care for poor women while earning so little she almost couldn't pay for her own.
So the Democrats sucked the blood out of the middle class, but that doesn't explain why they elected a rich celebrity.
But it does. I mean, one thing many people don't know about the white working class is that while they resent professionals, they admire the rich. Ma'am, what is your opinion of professional workers?
Damn college kids don't know shit about anything. Full of ideas on how I should do my job.
And what about the rich?
Well, I mean, you can't knock someone for succeeding. If someone's rich, I'm sure they work damn hard for every penny. Thank you.
So they hated Hillary for being professional and clever? That's so unfair!
Of course it is. I mean, it's unfair that she wasn't a plausible candidate until she was so overqualified that she was attacked for previous mistakes. It's unfair that Clinton is a nasty woman and Trump is a real man.
And she did so well during the first debate.
Only because she wrapped her candidacy in a veil of femininity.
I guess it just goes to show you how deep sexism runs in America.
Not really. Class trumps gender. I mean, white working class women voted for Trump over Clinton by a 28-point margin.
Okay, so they were misinformed. Maybe the root of all this is class cluelessness.
Well, on the one hand, maybe, but the fact of the matter is that the Democrats failed the rural middle class, and now they're angry. This is a generation of people who were taught to idolize the white male action hero. John McClane doesn't play by the rules, but he gets the job done.
Are you seriously comparing Donald Trump to John McClane?
Yes, the only difference is that terrorism in Die Hard can be solved with guns and explosions. Real-world problems need real-world solutions.
America. It's time to stop the drugs from pouring into our country. And by the way, we will do that, okay? We will build the wall. Believe me, the wall. It's being designed right now, okay? People say, oh, Trump was only a kid, he was only a kid. I don't care, okay? I don't care.
Mr. Trump, are you aware of the 60% of immigrants who arrive by plane?
We are going to protect the lives of all Americans. All Americans. We are going to institute a global gag rule to stop the flow of funding to abortion services.
Mr. Trump, are you aware that no government funding has been used to fund abortions?
We are going to renegotiate the worst deal in American history, NAFTA. Maybe we'll do a new NAFTA with an XDRAF. You know what the XDRAF is for, right? Free and fair trade, because it's very unfair. It's very unfair.
What steps are you proposing to take?
And free and fair for who?
Are you aware that most northern states depend upon trade with Canada?
We are going to introduce new vetting measures to stop radical Islamic terrorists from entering the country, including a 120-day ban on any refugees entering the country.
What about Syrian refugees? Will they ever be allowed into the country?
What about the refugees that are already in America?
Obamacare is a disaster. It's a disaster. We are going to replace Obamacare with a fantastic plan. It's a wonderful plan, best plan I've ever seen. That will take time statutorily to put in place. It's very complicated. Nobody knew healthcare could be so complicated.
Can you give us more information?
What about the 20 million Americans who depend on Obamacare?
We will make America strong again.
But strength never comes through division.
We will make America wealthy again.
What about the 99%?
We will make America proud again.
Pride cometh before the fall.
We will make America safe again.
Security or freedom?
And yes, we will make America great again. Thank you very much. Okay.
But Mr. Trump! Mr. Trump! No, please, Mr. Trump! Mr. Trump!
What?
Whatever happened to me?